When's the next F1 race, and why is there such a long break? 3 races into a new season and an all-new era of regulations, the Formula One 2026 season has hit an unexpected pause. F1 fans, teams, and drivers now have to wait 5 weeks until the next race after events in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia were canceled due to the war in Iran. After the Japanese Grand Prix, won by Kimi Antonelli, we've looked into what's next and why F1 is set for an unusually quiet April. Why did F1 cancel the races when it did? The decision was driven by safety concerns, with the situation in the region deemed too unstable for the races to go ahead. Confirmation came on March 14th, just under a month before F1 was due to head to Bahrain, in part because of the sport's complex logistics, including deadlines for teams to ship freight to the Middle East. Sources told ESPN the call to cancel Bahrain was straightforward, but the decision around the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix was less clear-cut. When is the next F1 race? The Miami Grand Prix is now next up in the calendar, taking place on May 1st to 3rd, held around the Miami Dolphins Stadium. The Bahrain Grand Prix was due for April 12th, followed by the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix on April 19th. It means there's a 5-week or 35-day gap between races. Why is there such a long gap? Couldn't F1 have filled it? In reality, there was little scope to plug the gap. F1's calendar is built months in advance, with complex logistics underpinning every race. Staging a replacement race at short notice would require a venue ready to host immediately, along with all the necessary operational and organizational support while having little to no time to sell tickets. That was not achievable within the time frame, leaving F1 with no viable alternative events to insert into the calendar. Why can't the races have just been rescheduled? Rescheduling was not a practical solution. The calendar is already tightly packed, with limited flexibility to move races later in the year without causing wider disruption. Finding space for 2 additional Grands Prix would have required significant changes elsewhere on the schedule. There is also no certainty over how the situation in the region will develop, making it difficult to guarantee that postponed races could take place safely at a later date. In the end, canceling the events outright provided the clearest and most stable option for the remainder of the season. There are further planned races in the region in Qatar on November 29th and the concluding round of the season in Abu Dhabi a week later. F1 chiefs remain hopeful those 2 races will go ahead as scheduled. Will the break have an impact on the title race? 2 fewer races increase the likelihood of a tighter point spread between the top teams and drivers. So in theory, yes. The 5-week break also gives teams an opportunity to delve into the data from the opening rounds and get to grips with their 2026 cars. That could benefit those at the front, like leaders Mercedes and the chasing pack led by Ferrari, as well as those further back like Aston Martin.